Okay, so we got cut off. So I was showing you the perennial vegetables, the sorrel, and the Egyptian walking onions, and some chives. Roses mainly through here. I love having little water ponds everywhere for the wildlife to come and drink if they want. And then here is planted that in peas, some cabbage, some more onions. And this is where the summer kitchen is. I haven't really cleaned this up yet for the year. But I have a nice counter. I have a sink with running water. And I have actually lights so I can work at night if I want to. This is the shadiest part of the yard in here. So I have some benches. There's the greenhouse. And turning this way, there's a little nook to sit and eat at, and most of the not vegetables, herbs. Herbs are in this area right here. Coming through here, comfrey, the insect hotel that I'm working on, cold frames that I'm still not using yet. It's very early. It's actually March 30th, so we're having unseasonably wonderful spring weather. Cherry trees are going to bloom like crazy. Thimbleberries. And then here's an area that I just put in last year. It has a couple of pear espaliers, another little pond, and I'm going to plant this area mostly in herbs, I think. Little compost area. This is my mom's pet rabbits. There's Daisy. And this is the pigeon coop. Let me see if I can show you pigeon babies. Oh, there's one of the adult pigeons. She's probably going to get upset when she sees the camera. But there is the mother pigeon and her two little babies. So this is the chicken run area where we started the video at, with the compost area. And then heading this way, we have a bunch of apple trees that are gonna produce fruit like crazy this year, I think, because they're just loaded with blossoms, future blossoms. This area I call the food forest, although it's not very foresty yet. I haven't planted the under plants yet. I'm just getting some of the trees in. So we have cherry trees, apple trees, currant bushes. I don't remember if I put anything else out in there. And so going this way, we have two peach trees that are in full bloom. There is the greenhouse. There's the herb area. So coming into the greenhouse, that area will be tomatoes. It's a little too early to get those out here yet because I'm not starting them from seed this year. This area I have planted in lettuce, and I have a bunch of seeds started in there. There is the front of the pigeon house. The peach trees. Little area with my more tender herbs in buckets so that I can take them in the greenhouse. So that is the rabbit grow out pen area that I showed you earlier that has the chickens using it right now. I'm actually going to use the part with the green hoof. The part with the green roof, I've divided it off, and this area will be for the Muscovy mothers to raise their young in, and then that part, the original building, will be still for the rabbit grow outs and or the chickens, depending on if I have any rabbits. This area I call the circle garden. This part I call the rose garden. It's mainly roses and peonies. There's the chickens in there enjoying the rabbit area. There's a chicken having a dust bath. And there's a chicken hunting for some worms. And then I just planted last year a third peach tree and a nectarine in this area. So I can't remember if I mentioned it, but this part of the garden, I let the chickens out only part of the time. Usually at the very beginning of spring I'll let them in, and my battery is starting to die, so if this ends suddenly you'll know why. But anyway, in early spring I let them out and they clean up all the slug eggs, they get rid of all the some of the weeds, and they do a little light fertilizing, and the rest of the time I just let them out here and there when I just want a chicken out to have company with me. And then here we are, back at the chicken coop.